let's be honest. Doom scrolling is for kids on TikTok, and you do not need a doom scroll to find some good 3D prints. Because I already did all the doom scrolling for you and found you the best 3 practical prints, the best 3 cool art prints, and the best 3 under 1 hour prints from the past month. That's right, all of these prints came out in the past 30 days, so that means that you are getting the best of the best, the highlight reel of 3D printing. Because I know you only want the best for your printer, and you do not need to waste your time or your filament. Let me do that for you. Up first in our practical category, we have a very adult print, a paper towel holder. But this is a modern paper towel holder, okay? There's a big difference. With this print, you have the option to print it out on any of your standard 256 or higher millimeter build plates, or a different print profile for your A1 Mini, although it says they can hold the exact same size of paper towels, so I'm not really quite sure why there's a different profile for it, but there is. And it's an hour and a half quicker. I don't know, all I can say is that I printed out the standard version in a very nice marble PLA. Our next practical print is the very popular retro radio and lamp book nook. You know how much I love my bookshelf print, so this is perfect. For the Google Nest Mini version, it's going to take you 9.4 hours and 9 plates. For the Amazon Alexa Dot version, it's going to take you 14.4 hours and 9 plates. A little bit of a time tax here if you're an Amazon guy, not gonna lie to you. The assembly on this print is super easy and involves installing the volume knob, which is simply just pressing it through the faceplate, and putting the little retainer clip on the back to hold it in place. And yes, it still does work as a volume knob. It's really not going to change your volume, but it does slide back and forth, so kind of cool, right? After that, you just have to glue on whatever text you decide to print, whether it's that Google text or that custom text, glue it on there on that front faceplate. Install your speaker into the back of this thing, and this is where I need to have a chat with you guys, okay? I thought I had the Google speaker hanging around my house. That's why I printed this out. However, now that it's time for me to actually assemble this thing, I am realizing that I do, in fact, not have a Google speaker. So, that left me 2 options. Option 1, I could go to the store and buy a speaker just for this video. Option 2, I can have this chat with you right now to explain why there's no speaker in this print. Can you tell which option I picked? After that, all you have to do is slide the actual faceplate into the speaker, install all 4 of your legs, which are actually press fit, didn't have to use any glue at all, and bam, there's your retro radio all done and ready to go on a bookshelf. Radios play music, headphones also play music, except you need a place to put your headphones when you're not using them. A 3D model of Squidward's head seems to be like the obvious choice of where to hold your headphones, because there's absolutely no other place to store your headphones than on Squidward's head. So that's exactly why I printed out the Squidward headphone holder, because I was just tired of my headphones being all over the floor. Obviously I couldn't put them on a desk or a hook or anything. This was the only possible solution to store my headphones. This print is going to take you 8.2 hours and 5 plates, as well as 212 grams of filament, so you're going to use about a quarter of a roll of filament on this guy right here. If I were you, I would recommend going in and tweaking some of these support settings. You can probably tell that I didn't, and I am regretting that, because it just is not living up to its full potential because the supports were just a little bit too tight on there, but that's on me. Learn from me, learn from my mistakes, and fix it with your prints. If you are curious about the assembly, it involves a whole lot of glue. I would recommend hot glue over your standard super glue because hot glue dries and cures a lot quicker, so you're not sitting there holding his arms on forever, waiting for that super glue to dry. It took a long time for the super glue to dry, okay? Just use hot glue. It'll save you so much time and a lot of pain in your wrists. Once all that gluing is done, you're left with possibly a wrist brace, but also a really nice and nostalgic headphone holder. As long as you watched SpongeBob when you were younger. If you didn't, then this is just not really nostalgic at all for you, but it's still a headphone holder. What do you think so far? Some pretty good prints? I think so. If you think so, you should subscribe. We're trying to hit 60K and I put out videos like this every 10 days. I haven't even missed an upload in years, so you're really getting your money's worth out of that free subscribe, I'll tell you that. In the art/cool category, we have the honeycomb bee shelf, which yes, is art and cool, but it's also practical. That's kind of why I'm using it as the transition print, because it kind of combines both of the 2 categories into one print. You see what I'm doing here? It's like a transition period. If you want to print out this practical and art/cool print, it's going to take you 13.3 hours, 2 plates, and 615 grams of filament. This shelf is solid. Also, I used a cherry wood PLA for this outside faceplate, but it also would look really good with one of the lighter color wood faceplates. The assembly is pretty much nothing. We're just going to take our main shelf and glue our faceplate to the top of it. Now this one I did use some regular super glue because I can just let this thing sit. I don't have to actually hold it in place. Bam! That's it. Literally nothing to this assembly, just a little bit of glue. Ready to go be displayed on your wall wherever you want. And guess what? This thing actually comes with places to mount it. See those little holes in the back of the shelf? Those are there on purpose so you can just drill in some screws and hang this thing on a wall. Okay, now we are going into some art prints that are just strictly art. They don't really serve a practical purpose at all except for being art. Like this infinity balloon. I mainly printed this one out because I just couldn't believe that it was actually going to look like a balloon. Well, I was wrong, and here it is, with the stretches and the balloons and everything. I printed this out of my favorite Silk Gold PLA, which is in that brand new description, so if you want to see all of the different filaments I use, the printers that I printed out all of these prints on, brand new description, go check it out. Anyways, 10.9 hours later, I was left with the perfect balloon replica. That's never gonna pop, never gonna deflate, never gonna lose its helium. In fact, it actually doesn't float at all right now, in case you were wondering. But it will pretty much last forever. Probably why it's called the infinity balloon, I can imagine. You also have the option to add a smiley face onto the face of this balloon, but I just really liked the way it looked without the smiley face, just straight up fake latex. I'm pretty sure everybody is playing Arc Raiders right now, so I figured it was only right to print out the absolutely most terrifying Arc in the game, the Leaper. If you're unfamiliar with the video game Arc Raiders, let me just give you a little bit of an example of what the Leaper is. Can you see how terrifying that could be? As soon as I saw this print, I knew that I had to print it out, just so I could finally conquer the Leaper. There is a second print profile for this print that has the extreme rafts that you're seeing right here. While I didn't have any problems printing out the first one, I did have some problems removing it from the build plate, which left me with a crack in one of the arms. Which is kind of funny because it looks like one of the lootable legs. It's almost like it was meant to break like this. Except I really wanted my physical Leaper to be fully intact. So I printed it again with that second profile with the really large brims. Now you're also about to witness some really good support settings. I mean, these things just pop right off, and this is a very delicate print. Also, if you were curious, this is the Prusa Galaxy Black PLA, just so you know. After the supports were removed, we were left with the Leaper that you know and probably hate. Now it's time for those quick prints. In fact, they're all going to take less than 1 hour, so you have pretty much zero time commitments to these prints. Just send them, go to the bathroom, and they're going to be done by the time you're done in the bathroom. It's that easy. Up first, we have the articulated skeleton fish, which is a fully print in place 70mm fish skeleton. And yes, it articulates right off the build plate. There's no need to break any supports, there's no weird things, nothing like that. Just straight off the build plate, already flopping in my hand like a real fish. I just love the amount of details that we can get out of such a small print and such a small amount of time on these commercial printers these days. It's extremely impressive how far the technology has came. I just love the way that all of the ribs and the skeleton of this thing move. It kind of makes it a little bit weird and really fish-like the way that it moves. It actually reminds me a lot of that fish from Nemo. You know the one I'm talking about that has the little glowing light in front of it? I don't know the actual name of that fish, but this is what that reminds me of. Speaking of small prints, here's the mini skull. What I really like about this print is, one, of course the detail on such a small print just like the last one, but also you can print out so many of these in so little time. If you want to print out just one, it's going to take you 20 minutes. But if you want to print out an entire handful of them, it's going to take you a little bit less than an hour. Now I know it's not Halloween, in fact it's not even close to Halloween if you're watching this when it comes out, but I feel like we all love Halloween, so why not prepare just a little bit, print out a bunch of these mini skulls, and then when Halloween comes around, you can throw these into a mason jar, use them as a table decoration, or my favorite thing that you can do with these is print out a bunch of them and see how many you can hide in somebody else's house. I'm willing to bet they will never find all of them if you're really good at this. All it costs you is 2 grams of filament for a joke that could last who knows how long, it could last forever. The next under 1 hour print is the flying spin copters. It's only going to take you 16 minutes and yes, it actually flies. And don't worry, I did all the research for you. You actually do not need to be cleared from the FAA to fly this thing. It doesn't even matter how close you are to an airport, you are good. What I love about this designer is they added a counterclockwise and a clockwise version, so depending on which way you want to move your hands, you can print out whichever one fits for you. Although it's really not that big of a deal. Either way, you can just kind of switch hands and do it the correct way, but the option is there and I like having options. Now of course it's time for that bonus print, and the bonus print happens to take less than 1 hour this time. It's actually kind of like a sequel print because everybody loved the diet fork from back in the day. In fact, that was a really old video, like not even in this room video. But everybody seemed to love it, so of course I had to go down the list of other diet cutlery, so here's the diet spoon. The funny thing is, it would actually function as an actual diet spoon because it does still work. You are still able to get a little bit of those Cheerios, but just not the full amount. Although I have to say, every time I make something like this, because you guys will all rush to the comments, is it food safe? It's Kind of up to you. This is a very big argument, could go either way. Yes, there could be metal particles from the nozzle in the prints. Yes, there are layer lines that food can get into, but there's also going to be cuts and cutting boards that are just like those layer lines that food can get into, so ultimately, it's up to you. But I did eat off this thing and I am still here about 20 minutes later. Nothing has happened to me yet. You'll have to subscribe and stick around to see the long-term consequences of that, because I simply just don't know what they are at this time. And that's all I have for you all today. That is approximately 10 hours of research condensed into a less than 10-minute video, just for you. It is extremely condensed for your convenience. Let me do all the heavy lifting here. All you have to do is lift that finger and click that subscribe button so I can keep doing this for you. That's it. It's that easy. Of course, I do hope that you found some good prints, and I want you to tell me what to print out in my next videos in the comments down below. You all are where I get my best ideas. Those comments are a goldmine. So let me know what kind of video you want to see next, let me know what kind of prints you want to see next, or just tell me what prints you liked from this video. Just tell me something in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. I also love it when you check out my other videos. In fact, YouTube really thinks you're gonna like this video, and they are really good at this algorithm stuff, I'm not gonna lie to you, so they're probably right. YouTube also said that these people are the coolest people on the platform. I'm not really too sure why they would say something so biased like that, but they said it, not me. So if you want to join these really cool people, see all my past live streams, get some members only sneak peeks, stuff like that, you can click that join button, but you don't have to do any of that. All I hope you do is have a great rest of your day and promise me that I'll see you later in a future video.